Hi, Nadya Dickson here with the Master's Program for Women, and I want to celebrate International Women's History Month today by talking about two remarkable women from history. Actually, they were both from the Old Testament, and they both had a very unique relationship with power. Both of them were empowered by God, which is the first important thing to know. This was not coming from themselves. They were both authorized and had a unique kingdom assignment that they both fulfilled as they yielded to God's leading and empowerment. The first one is Esther. She was very stealth. She was submitted, and she yielded to two trusted advisors in her life. Both were men. The first one was Mordecai. He gave her counsel about keeping her identity concealed for a certain amount of time until he said otherwise. And the second one was Haggai. He was an official in the king's palace. Now, he was responsible for giving Esther inside information. He provided intel about how she should walk in certain protocols to win the king's heart. And that she did. As a result, after her cousin Mordecai overheard a conspiracy, he counseled her, admonished her, and said, Esther, you're going to have to be courageous, and you're going to have to stand in the gap for your people, for our lives. Our lives are at stake. She prayed, she fasted, and then she received intel from God. He gave her a strategy, and after the king summoned her by extending the scepter, she stepped forward. And after 3 nights of having a banquet with the king and her nemesis, the Lord gave her the courage and the ability to tell the truth. Now, that was one assignment. The second assignment was a woman named Deborah. She had an assignment also to save the lives of her people. She was not as stealth as Esther was. She was overt. As a matter of fact, she was a judge, she was a prophet, and she referred to herself as a mother in Israel. So she was well revered. She administrated justice as people brought their cases before her. She was not summoned. She actually went to Barak, summoned him. He was a military leader and said, the Lord has shown me that he has put the enemy in your hand. After she encouraged him to go to war with the Canaanites, Barak said, I am not going without you, Deborah. And so she said, I will go with you. But God has already shown me that if I do go, that this battle, the credit to winning this battle will go to a woman. It wasn't her, it was Jael. So here you have two empowered women from the Old Testament who walked in their kingdom calling. They had a different relationship with power. One was more stealth, one was more overt, but it didn't matter because they were both yielded, they both trusted God, they walked in courage, and they stood for truth. My question to you is, how are you being called to fight a battle today? What battle are you called to fight? How are you being called to stand for truth? And lastly, how may you be called to come alongside somebody else to become a trusted advisor and a confidant as they're fighting a battle? I'd love to hear your answer. Until then, I'm in your corner.